This week's Torah portions tell us about tsaras, a disease that would manifest itself in the form of white, foul-smelling spots on a person's skin, or on their clothing, or in their house. And the person would have to go consult with a Kohen, with a priest, to determine if it was indeed tsaras. If it was on their clothing or in their house, they'd have to be destroyed. If it was on their skin, the person would have to be isolated from the community and sit and contemplate the sin that brought on the tsaras. Now you have to wonder, as Jews, we've been called all sorts of things in our history. But one thing we haven't been called is dumb. Now, if you get a white, foul-smelling rash on your arm, aren't you going to go to a dermatologist instead of going to your neighbor named Cohen or Katz? And yet we were told to go to the priest. Why? Because this wasn't a physical disease. It was a spiritual disease. And it was a spiritual disease meant to punish one specific sin. Our sages tell us that a person would receive tsaras for the sin of evil speech, saying negative things about his or her fellow. Now, negative speech can take one of two forms. It could be lashon hara. That's negative speech that's true. Unlike in many Western judicial systems involving libel or slander claims, truth is not a defense to lashon hara. Or it could take the form of motzi shem ra. That's negative speech that's false. Both types, true or false, are prohibited if they're negative. Now, of course, there are exceptions. If you know that someone's planning a business deal and the prospective business partner is a crook, you can clue someone in with certain restrictions. Or if someone's contemplating a date or marriage and you know that the prospective spouse is an axe murderer or a fan of the New York Mets, you can let someone know. But in almost all instances, negative speech is forbidden. Now, this should give us pause when we think about a punishment being for a specific sin, because God doesn't ever do that. If someone violates the laws of Shabbat, he doesn't come down with chicken pox. If someone eats non-kosher food, she doesn't instantly get strep throat. And there's a reason for that, because God wants to indulge free will. We're big boys and big girls. He wants us to make our own decisions. So he doesn't have specific punishments for specific transgressions. And yet, he makes this huge exception here, a specific punishment for a specific sin, teaching us just how grave that sin is, that God's even willing to somewhat impair our free will to tell us, don't say anything bad about your neighbor. And the sages tell us that it's even worse. Because when a person goes up to the pearly gates and meets the great accountant in the sky, and God opens up his or her ledger book and starts going through the person's assets, a person can find that all their good deeds and all their charity has disappeared. And they say, God, I don't understand. Where's the credit for all the charity that I gave? I gave millions of dollars away. And God says, oh, the credit? I gave the credit to Schwartz. And you say, Schwartz? That schnook? What? And God says, yeah, Schwartz. That guy you used to always talk about behind his back. And then you get to your liability section, you see you have all these infractions, and you didn't commit any of them. And you say, hey, ho, whoa, God, what's going on here? It's a mistaken identity. I didn't do any of these things. And God says, well, I decided that Greenberg, and you say, Greenberg, that's Schlemazel? And God says, yeah, Greenberg. The guy you used to always talk about behind his back, I took all of his infractions and put them onto your ledger. And crazy as it sounds, this does make sense, because that's what God does. He takes the powerful and the arrogant and he humbles them. And then he takes the powerless and the downtrodden and he raises them up. So let's remember, that's why our ears fold back, because if somebody wants to speak lashon hara in our presence, we can tell them, I don't want to hear it. Zip your lip. Flush the lush. And remember, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.